Do you want to see if selling digital products is something for you? Well, then stick around. PowerPoint templates are one of the easiest things to sell online, and I promise it will take you less than a week to get started and to get to your first sellable product. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to create a PowerPoint template step by step so that you can build yours as well. Let's go! Creating a PowerPoint template can be structured in 3 easy steps. These are research, product development, and sales and marketing. The good news? Research can be done in less than a day, and sales and marketing probably as well. So it all comes down to your PowerPoint speed, how fast you can actually build the template. But I'm quite convinced that you will make that also in less than 2 days. So let's start. The first question I asked myself was, what kind of template would people actually want to buy? In order to find that out, I thought it's probably best to check what's already selling. 5 minutes of Googling later, I found that there are currently 3 main platforms to sell PowerPoint templates online. These are Etsy, Creative Market, and Envato. I noticed that topics vary slightly across these platforms, and while Creative Market and Envato are more on the business side, Etsy is more creative and also focusing more on students and their needs. One topic that popped up constantly was pitch decks. Seems like there is a pretty big interest around it, so I also decided to focus on this one. In addition, I looked at different design styles. Seems like there is a lot of earthy, muted color templates out there, and to be honest, a lot of them seemed pretty outdated. So I knew I wanted to create something really sleek and modern. As we all know from software design, dark mode is something people really go crazy about. So I took inspiration from that and decided to create a dark mode pitch deck. I also checked out other templates to see what kind of slides they include, and based on that I made a list for myself, for example to include slides for KPIs or a timeline. After my list was complete, it was time to move to the next step. Next up, I started designing. To be honest, this process was pretty straightforward. It took me a while to figure out the overall look and feel of the deck, but once I was in the flow, it was pretty smooth. I would recommend you always use Google Fonts in your template so that people who buy your template can instantly use it. If you decide to go for other fonts people need to download first, you need to explain them, make sure they get it, and on top of that you need to deal with all the copyright stuff. The same goes for images. Make sure you don't use anything you're not allowed to. Because it's one thing to use a picture from Google search on your family holiday presentation, but another thing to use it on a presentation template you intend to make money from. I recommend always using pexels.com or Unsplash. They have a great collection, and on top of that you don't get into any legal hassle. In terms of slides included, make sure to offer a variety in your template, so that people have different options on how they want to present content. This is why I included, for example, 2 different versions of a roadmap. As soon as you're done designing, it's time to start selling your template. You will need to create some product pictures that you will use to promote your template on the various platforms. I used Figma to create my product pictures, but of course you can use any other tool, and probably it will even work to use PowerPoint, as you can save a slide afterwards as a PNG image. Uploading your template to platforms like Etsy is then pretty straightforward. They will guide you through the entire process, and you can set product description, all the texts, images and pricing. In terms of prices, make sure to check the competition first and make sure your template fits into the general offering on the platform. Also be warned that some of the platforms have more or less straightforward verification processes. For example, I try now for over a week to get my Creative Market shop up and running, and I'm still somewhere stuck in their verification process. On the other hand side, Etsy is pretty straightforward. In addition to marketplaces, you can also upload your template to platforms like Lemon Squeezy, where you can sell it to your own audience on social media if you have one there already. And that's it. I hope I could show you that it's not too hard to build a presentation template and that it won't take too much of your time. I wish you best of luck building your own templates. If you have any questions, make sure to put them below in the comments. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm on a mission to build one digital product every week for 1 year, so there's definitely a lot more to come, including all the tips and tricks and learnings and revenues made through the course of this journey. See you next week.